So to be simple, I'm just representing a pictorial view also. Before that, okay, that is fine. So see here, this is my application. Okay, so this is my application. So in my application, I'm assuming that I'm having three servers: server 1, server 2, and server 3. So all the three servers are collecting the information in their log files. Okay, so each and every server is collecting the data in their log files within that server. Now, I want to read those log files, but I could not proceed with this server itself. I wanted to forward these logs to my Splunk infrastructure. Then only I'm able to read those things. So these are called application server A1, A2, A3. So I wanted to forward the logs from application server to my Splunk infrastructure, and I make my Splunk infrastructure to read those logs. So in order to do this activity, okay, what
Hello?
from this application server to my Splunk infrastructure. Splunk infrastructure in the sense, okay, so this is indexer. So I will just color it. So this is Splunk indexer. So I want to forward this logs to this Splunk indexer from here. So these are all the application servers. I wanted to forward the data from here to here. So in order to do this activity, I need an agent, and that agent is called as the Splunk Universal Forwarder. So that just assuming this symbol is for agent. So I have to install the agent. This is the agent. Okay, this is the Splunk Universal Forwarder agent. So I have to install the Universal Forwarder agent in all the application servers where I am having the data. Then I need to configure this agent, and this agent pulls the data from here and forwards the data to my Splunk indexer. So this is the concept. Okay, so just I have to install the agent and configure the agent. Once the configuration is done, I'll be able to collect the logs from here and forward it to my indexer. Okay, is it clear? As of now, is it clear? So now I'm just going to tell you, yeah, what is the procedure we are going to do. So I'm just for the easier purpose, I'm just taking example of one-to-one. Okay, I'm having application server and I'm having Splunk indexer. Okay, so in order to pull the data from this application server to Splunk indexer, what are all the things I have to do it in the application server side? So in the application server side, the first step is, okay, the first step is I have to install the universal forwarder agent. So once this universal forwarder agent has been installed, then you have to configure the universal forwarder. What is this configuration? Configuration in the sense I have to create two files. Okay, one file name is inputs.conf and another file is outputs.conf. So inputs.conf is nothing but, say for example, I wanted to share some files from my machine, that is my laptop. I want to share some files from my laptop to Gurudat laptop. Okay, I am the application server, Gurudat laptop is nothing but indexer. So in my laptop, I am having 1000 number of files. Okay, but all the files are not required by Gurudat. Gurudat just wanted to know my banking details. So I wanted to forward only the banking files, not all the files in my machine. So in the inputs.conf, I have to tell what are all the files I am going to read. Okay, what are all the files I am going to read from this machine. Machine means application server. Okay, and this is going to say that what is the path. Okay, telling the path under which path the files are present. So in those configurations, those details you have to mention in the inputs.conf. And in outputs.conf, you are going to say that to whom you are going to share these things. To whom you are going to share these logs. That is, who is the receiver. I am writing a letter. In my letter, I have to mention the to address. So the same thing. So in outputs.conf, I need to tell to whom I am going to share these logs. That's it. So these are the two steps you have to do it in the application server. You have to install the forwarder, configure the forwarder. Configuration in the sense you have to create one inputs and one outputs. That's it. So once this has been told, okay, you have to go for this. Before preparing with the application server, you should ready with a Splunk indexer. So Splunk indexer, you have to do only two things. You have to do two things. That is, you have to take a machine, okay, and install the Splunk full package. That is the indexer. Okay, you have to install the Splunk full package and need to do two steps. One is enable the receiving port. And another one is creating the index. So what is a receiving port? So receiving port is nothing but, see, I am writing a letter. The letter has been reached to Guru. Okay. So how is the communication is going to happen? So Saraswati is writing a letter to Guru. Okay. So what are the ways it's going to transfer? The transportation mode. The transportation mode may be either bus or train or whatever it is. So here the transportation mode is nothing but TCP. So whatever the data I am forwarding from my machine is going to route via TCP protocol to Gurudat machine. Okay. Now the data reached Guru's home. Now in order to get the data, what Guru has to do? So in order to get the data, Guru has to open the door of his home and collect the data. The door is nothing but port in the machine. So in order to get the data, the machine has to open a port to always receive the data from the universal forwarder agents. And that port is nothing but 9997 port, which is called as listening port or receiving port. Okay. listening port or receiving port. Is that clear? So we have to enable the listening port or receiving port in the indexer side. And another one is I have to create the appropriate index. Say for example, Ravi is sharing some data, Guru is sharing some data, okay, Yokoyama is sharing some data. So I need to classify their data. Okay, so I cannot dump every single box. So I need to have a proper index. Index is nothing but it's just a folder. Okay, it's just a folder to classify your data. Okay, so I have to enable the receiving port. I need to create the appropriate folder to get and classify the data. So these are all the two steps I have to do it in the indexer side. Is that clear? Doubts on this?
It's clear to me.
So I'll repeat the steps again. So I'm having the server. I want to forward some of the data from this server to the Splunk core server where the processing is going to happen. In order to make this process in the server where the data is there, in that particular server, I need to install an agent called Universal Forwarder. Then I need to configure the agent with the two configuration files. One is inputs.conf and one is outputs.conf. In the inputs, I need to tell the path where my required files are there. What are the files I am going to read? So I have to mention those paths. And in the outputs.conf, I have to mention who is the receiver path. Okay, who is the receiver path? So I have to mention these details. And in my Splunk infrastructure, I have to enable the receiving port and I have to create the index. So these are all the two steps I have to do it in the this part. Okay, at this level. So just I'll show you some of the practical. Okay, give me a second. Just I'm taking the EZ2 machines and I'll just try to install a machine. Okay, with the keypad. I need to have three ports. Okay, one is 8000, which is the web port, and another one is the 8089, which is the management port, and another one is the 9997, which is the receiving port. So I need three ports to get open. Meanwhile, I'm trying to install one more instance. Give me 2 minutes. There is some problem with the AWS. I didn't take this for a long time. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just inquire what is this. Okay, so I have taken two instances. So one is I'm going to make it as the application server. That is, in this server, I'm going to have some data. So this will be the application server. And another one, I'm going to take it as the Splunk indexer. So this is going to act as the Splunk indexer. Okay, so these are all the two things. And first of all, I have to make ready with my Splunk indexer. So what is Splunk indexer? Splunk Indexer, it's nothing but it is a machine where I have installed the Splunk full package. Okay, so I have to take this Linux box and install the Splunk full package. I have to install the Splunk full package. Doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert the perm format file into PPK format file because perm will not accepted by this putty utility. So I have to convert this perm into PPK. For this, I'm just taking the putty gen. And click on load. Okay, save private key. And I have I'm ready with the PPK file. So I have just taken this IP address. Wanted to open the server with the perm file. Sorry, PPK file what I have downloaded. So expand this SSH, click on auth, click on browse. Choose the PPK file and open it. Okay, and open the server. So now I have to log in as the EC2-user. Okay, that is fine. Okay, then what I have to do is I have to jump as the root user. So sudo. So now I am as the root user. And I have to install Splunk under /opt. So what I need to do is I need to take the I need to install the wget utility first of all. So now it has been converted, I guess, Linux upgraded version. So I've done the mistake. Okay, I have chosen the SUSE Linux rather than RHEL. Okay, that is the mistake. So if it is SUSE, it is okay. Sorry, I have made the mistake. Okay, so I have to use the RHEL box, the SUSE box. So it's the commands are different over there. It's not yum, it is apt-get, I guess. I'm not sure about the SUSE. Okay, then otherwise I'll do one thing. I'll just finish, then I'll continue the practical. Get confused if I do some other machinings. Okay, that's fine. I'll just continue with my theory part. But are you now? Do you have some idea why you need to install the machines? So will you be able to try to install the machines? in your accounts, in your AWS accounts. We already tried by installing any machine and accessing the machine via PuTTY in your office network.
Not yet. We will try today.
Okay, Ravindra, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So I'll do the practicals tomorrow, okay, because otherwise you'll get confused. Okay, so, okay, just I'll continue the theory. So I said that in my universal forwarder, so coming back here, so see here, please install the forwarder agent. In this forwarder, I need to have two files. One is inputs and one is outputs. First of all, I'll tell what is there in the inputs file. So in the inputs.conf, we have to create a stanza like this. Stanza means it is the something I have to tell it to Splunk, that is called stanza. Should enclose within a square brackets. So in the inputs, I have to enable the monitor stanza. So this is the syntax. Monitor : / is the syntax. After this, we have to tell path you are having your file. That is under USR, under banking, I'm having my credit.log. So this is the file I wanted to read. Is that clear? And after this, we have to share with the in Apple. Is that clear? This in your outputs.com, who is your indexer? That is output. Stanza, I'm also going to enable the disabled. Disabled equals let this stanza from 0 in the universal forwarder. In that case, say for example, that means I'm not going to use Splunk is not saying that. Okay, so rather than deleting the stanza, this credit you can edit the disabled equals 0 means it is enabling. If it is disabled equals 0, but whenever you want to disable it, you have to make it this one for 1 week. Yeah. So like this, in inputs.conf, you can create n number of stanzas. Okay, this is the syntax, and you can create one more file, user, telecom. Okay, and I want to read all the files under the telecom directory. In that case, you have just to put start and closing the bracket, and this has to read under the index ball. Okay, and disabled equals 0. Is that clear? So this is how the inputs.conf file will be. And in the outputs.conf, you have to mention who is your indexer. Is that clear?
Okay, clear.
Yeah, that's fine. So any doubts in this? We are having so many concepts. Very basic first step. Very first step in Splunk. So how to forward the data from my machine to Splunk indexer, that's it. So these configurations you have to be prepared with your machine where you have the data. So in the data, you have to install the universal forwarder agent, and in that agent you have to configure these two files. One is inputs, one is outputs. Is that clear?
Yes, but I have a doubt.
Yes, Ravinda. Yeah.
So in the input configuration, we have one monitor for credit log, right? Hello?
Yeah, please proceed. Yeah. We have one index for credit. Okay.
For telecom. So if both the files are to be sent to different servers, how will I mention it?
Okay, okay. That is the next concept. Okay, I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay, because I don't want to confuse now. Okay, so it's very simple. Say for example, otherwise I will tell you, just understand this concept. Just I'll tell you, give you overline. So what is the another indexer? Assume that the another indexer would be Ravindra's indexer. Okay, I'm just giving them Ravi indexer. Okay, and Ravi indexer server address is 2.2.2 and 9997. Now, this credit.log should go to Guru indexer and telecom.log should go to Ravi indexer. In that case, after this monitor stanza, you have to call a parameter called TCP routing. Okay, in this parameter, you have to mention what is the to which group you have to forward this credit.log. I wanted to forward this credit.log to Guru indexer. So here you are going to mention Guru indexer. Is that clear? And the same thing. So here in this monitor stanza, you have to mention that this particular file have to forward to Ravi indexer server. That's why the name is important. Okay, that's why we are giving a name to the group. We are giving name to the TCP group. So this data will forward to Guru indexer. This data will forward to Ravi indexer. Is that clear? Okay. Yeah. Now one more condition. What will happen if I forgot to mention an index here? Okay, I forgot to mix. I have stored this data. I forgot to mention. Okay, in that case, in the Splunk indexer side, there is a default main index. So automatically, all the data will dump into the main index. Okay. So if you have mentioned the index means it will reach the appropriate index. But if you are not mentioning means it will automatically reach the main index, that is the default index. But one more combination, one more use case, that is I have mentioned ball index here, but in my indexer I do not have the name ball. Then what happened? Not reach the main index. Okay, if ball index is not there means it will show the error saying that I have to get, so I'm dropping from here. Okay, your data is not at all getting indexed. Is that clear? So there are three tomorrow. If index is not specified, if wrong index is specified, that means index is specified, but the index is not present in the index. In that case, what will happen? So these are all the use cases we are going to see tomorrow. Okay. And another one, whatever you have asked. Okay, how to forward the data from one application server to two different indexers. So that is called TCP routing parameter. And one more use case, that is I want to share credit.log and telecom.log to Ravi's indexer. Okay, I want to share both the data to both the servers. In that case, what should I do? So these are all the use cases we are going to see tomorrow. Okay, is it clear? Okay, one second. Guru, I'll also forward that old recording sessions and my older sessions too. Okay, just for the sample, I'll just share my older session. Just let me know if you are able to receive this.
Yeah.
Because I have shared with Krishna already. I don't know what is happening. I'll just share with you, then let me know. then it will be easy for you to test whether you will be able to install your machine. Okay, then we can proceed the classes from tomorrow next classes.
Yeah.
One second, I'll share.
Tomorrow also same link, right?
Sorry?
Tomorrow also same link.
Tomorrow? Yeah, the same ID only.
Yeah. Yes.
Shared the sessions, Guru. Okay, so just let me know if you have got those.
Information? Hello?
Ravindra, have you got the sessions? Sorry? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So just go through the sessions. Okay, just let me know if you're able to open the session servers in your machine. Okay, and you'll be able to install Splunk and all. Then we can continue the classes from tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
This week I'll be okay to have even 2-hour session 8 to 10 also. But from next week onwards, I'll be able to take only 1 or 1.5 hours. Okay, I'll tell it to Krishna. Okay, but 1 hour is confirmed. Every day I'll take 1 hour. Okay, and are you available in Saturday and Sundays? Are you guys available? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So anything else? Anything else?
One question. How can I get the log file?
Log file for the practice
I mean, dummy log file such a credit log or the other log file. How can I get? Can you provide a URL or something?
files?
Yeah. So,
Okay. So for the administration testing to upload any big log file and all, I'm just going to create some manual log file.
okay.
But for the development case, we are not good. We are not able to practice with our own log files. So Splunk is providing some log files. So I'll be able to those sessions with those log files. So I'll share the link. Okay, 1 second. I'll share the link.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So Hasiwa-san, Rahul here from Bangalore.
Sorry. Repeat again.
Rahul here from Bangalore. So tomorrow same time should be okay, right? 8 to 9 India time and 10:30 to 11:30 Singapore time.
It's okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
So this is the link. I have shared the link to you. And where you can see
Okay.
the zip file. Within the zip file, they are having the data. Okay, sample data will be there. So we can use the sample data to practice the development part. But for admin part, just we are going to test the connect 2 or 3 lines log file. That is enough. Okay.
Okay.
But we have to write the query and test the queries and all. So for that, we can use this application log file. This is the sample log file what Splunk has provided. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else? We'll finish the forwarding and receiving concept. Okay, all the topologies, all the use cases, 3 different use cases, and how to include the search head. Okay, that also we will see tomorrow. Okay, maybe we will take 2-hour session tomorrow and cover the first part, the forwarding and receiving part, entire forwarding and receiving part. So before that, just you have to confirm me whether you will be able to install the machine, putty or access the machine and install the Splunk in your server or not. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So is it fine for today?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Thanks, Ravindra. Thanks, Guru. And thanks, Hazigova. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.